Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Family Sedan channel. Got a few topics to share with you in this latest video. Attorney John Deaton warns about a possible new lawsuit by the SEC, this time aimed at Elon Musk, who I'm sure most of you are aware at this point, purchased Twitter late last year. And, well, there's concern about a potential Twitter coin as well as payments in Dogecoin because Elon Musk is a gigantic Dogecoin fan. Yeah, I got some stuff to say on this because them's going to be some risky moves if Elon Musk does anything along those lines. Also, you want to take a guess at how much money was spent by Library in their battle against the SEC? Well, they shared that publicly today, and the percentage of money that they took in from sales of the LBC Library Credit Token versus how much went to the government is shocking, and Attorney John Deaton had something to say on that as well. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. So here's the first headline. This comes from the Crypto Basic. Deaton says SEC could sue Elon Musk if he allows only Doge payments on Twitter. Here we go. Deaton believes such an outcome would not be unreasonable under the current SEC regime. Attorney John Deaton has asserted that it would not be unreasonable to believe that the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission will sue Elon Musk if the billionaire decides to accept only Doge payments on Twitter. And by the way, I'll pause to note, as a friendly reminder here, the SEC and Elon Musk, they are not BFFs. They are not on good terms. They are not friends. They hate each other, in fact. In fact, Elon Musk, within the last several years or so, I can't remember exactly what it was, but he was on, I think, 60 Minutes, and he famously said, "I do not respect the SEC." You gotta love that, right? On national television, I do not respect the SEC. And you can see he was kind of like starting to boil a little bit, even just thinking about it, with just his gestures and movements. And I don't blame him one bit, frankly. He's had all sorts of battles with the SEC. They're ongoing, in fact, and surrounding Tesla and, you know, and the things he said that would impact either actually or in theory the stock price of Tesla that he shouldn't have said. And without getting all the specifics, I've actually talked about on the channel before, suffice it to say, not BFFs. You know, the SEC's not going to be invited to Elon Musk's next birthday party. I'm just saying that. Anyway, piece continues. The lawyer made known this in a tweet yesterday. According to Deaton, the regulator under its present leadership could sue the billionaire and classify the doggy-themed meme coin as an unregistered security. And here's the actual tweet from Attorney John Deaton. He said, "Here's a thought. If Elon Musk allowed for payments over Twitter, but only allowed Dogecoin, would he be at risk that the SEC would sue him, claiming Doge is an unregistered security? The answer should be, that's a ridiculous thought. But with today's malicious SEC, is it? Well, Attorney Deaton, that's the sad thing here. That's not a ridiculous thought. In a sane world, it would be completely ridiculous to think that we even need to consider the idea. But unfortunately, we do. If he were to only allow Doge, because, and again, it seems to be his favorite crypto on the entire damn planet, okay, fine. It's better than Bitcoin from a technological perspective. But anyway, setting all that aside. So the canine-themed coin, got it. Well, if he did that, you know that the SEC would not have trouble coming up with any number of stupid reasons to sue him, right? Because he just states that even though, of course, Elon Musk obviously didn't create Dogecoin, you can package anything so that it becomes an unregistered securities transaction, as was the case with oranges and beavers and all sorts of stuff. And so, could Elon Musk create a scheme that actually would satisfy the Howey test? He actually could. Now, it doesn't mean if Elon Musk allows this that I'm not saying that it would just because of that satisfy the Howey test. I'm just saying that the SEC is full of asshat pricks and they'd assert that potentially. I think that's perfectly reasonable. And another reason is I think that they're vindictive. I really do. Don't forget, it's just like the SEC, they are humans. They just happen to be psychopaths and vindictive. So, given that they don't exactly have a good track record with Elon Musk, he'd pop up on the radar right away. If it were just Twitter in a vacuum, like say it was still a publicly traded company and they actually did this, which they never do, but just say they did hypothetically, way less likely that the SEC would come after them, don't you think? Well, I sure as hell do. And so there's this headline from the Daily Hodl. Dogecoin rallies following reports that Elon Musk will introduce crypto payments to Twitter. So even just the announcement, which wasn't Dogecoin specific, caused Doge to go up because people know Elon likes that. You know that the SEC, they'd make a bunch of BS nonsense arguments. We've seen it as XRP holders with the SEC v. Ripple case. You know the SEC would make a bunch of BS nonsense arguments about how the price of Doge is relying upon the actions of Elon Musk or this or that. Completely disingenuous crap, but that's what they do. And then there was also this on the same topic. CZ, that's of course Changpeng Zhao, the CEO and founder of world's largest cryptocurrency exchange by volume, Binance. CZ says listing of Twitter coin on Binance not automatically guaranteed. CZ, the Chinese-Canadian business executive and CEO of Binance, recently revealed that token listings on his exchange, Binance, are not automatically guaranteed. CZ said this in response to a recent question on whether Binance will list Twitter coin if Elon Musk launches it. Now, folks, it's silly enough that we have to even consider the idea that the SEC would attack Elon Musk over anything having to do with Doge. If there's an actual Twitter coin, it's about a 100% chance that in short order, the SEC is going to come in guns a-blazing. And so there's somebody asked, hey, CZ, if Elon Musk launches Twitter coin, will you be listed on Binance? And then CZ just responded, it will still depend on the details, the coin design, utility, etc. Never automatically guaranteed. And hey, good enough. I'm just saying in terms of an attack, yeah, gonna happen. And how disgusting have things gotten? Well, we already know in the SEC v. Ripple case that Brad Garlinghouse said by the time this is all said and done that he's expecting the full bill, in terms of legal fees, Ripple's bill to be $100 million. And of course, that is separate from if Ripple loses any sort of fees, disgorgement, etc. that Ripple would have to pay. But they're anticipating $100 million. Now, of course, Ripple's a lot bigger and they had money to spend. And so there were smaller claims against Library and also they had less money to spend. So on the scale, it's smaller in terms of dollars. But in terms of money accumulated and then spent that went to the government, that is absurd. So check this out. There was a tweet from XRP community member XRP Gorilla who said, I would be very interested to hear how much taxpayer money Gary Gensler and SEC spent to prosecute Library/Jeremy Kauffman in this non-fraud case where seemingly the only outcome was the destruction of an American crypto innovation and the bankrupting of an American company. And so it does seem to be the case. Library is out of money, and Jeremy Kauffman, the creator, stated that it's about a virtual certainty that the company's going to be dissolved. Now, of course, the Library Credit Token, it's decentralized, and you can't shut that off. But which is what makes this whole thing absurd. It's like, LBC is a security of what? Doesn't make any sense. But anyway, so Library retweeted that, the official Library account, and they wrote, we sold $12 million in tokens. $4.3 million was spent on legal fees, and all $2 million was paid. And wait, I read that weird. Let me start. My apologies. Let me start that over. We sold $12 million in tokens. $4.3 million was spent on legal fees, and $2 million was paid in taxes. Factor in another $1 to $2 million in employee time to produce all SEC documents, over 1 million pages. Easily, half and as much as 3/4 of income was spent attempting to comply with our own government. That's intense. So a ton of it went actually to the government, and the rest, well, it was as cited there. And it's just fighting the government. But again, it's fighting, but it is attempting to comply. Like they were looking for a path forward from the beginning. They're willing to give up all sorts of stuff, just to get clarity for the LBC token itself even. That's why this is so disgusting. So attorney John Deaton retweeted that, and he said, we have a broken system in America. When you think about Section 5 of the 1934 Securities Act, the whole registration requirement is meant to reduce the asymmetry between a promoter and the public. Howey was decided in 1946, pre-internet/pre-Google. We need Congress to do its job. Amen, Brother Deaton. No question, yet them's the break. This is where the breaks. This is where we are. Crazy stuff, man. So, look, I've got more to talk about. There's a lot that's going on in the legal realm and lots of things being discussed by attorneys within the XRP community. So, I'll have more coming maybe later today and also certainly tomorrow on various topics kind of surrounding this stuff. Really interesting stuff. But despite all of the nonsense, we as an XRP community and also a lot of us in just the broader crypto community have been fighting back, continuing to fight back, spreading the messages, doing whatever, playing whatever role we can in all of this. And it does matter. It is having an impact. And I'm very optimistic that what is right shall be done in the end, even if it's not exactly what we think should happen. I'm very optimistic for a ton of reasons that we will have a path forward as XRP holders. It's not a guarantee we could get a severely bad ruling. I mean, in a disaster scenario, it's not literally impossible for XRP to be illegal in the United States effectively, but I really don't think that's going to happen. And even what happened ultimately in the remedies portion of the hearing just the other day that I reported on the SEC v. Library case, even that gives like a good amount of hope. Because even that judge who found that the library was in the wrong and ruled against library, ruled in favor of the SEC, does not believe that secondary market transactions constitute illegal securities transactions. And he says that in the court hearing, he literally said they're not part of his ruling against library. So what do you think is going to happen in the Ripple case? So there are tons of reasons, and I'll be talking more about that in upcoming videos, but still, we got to highlight the nonsense where it is too. So, I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Family Sedan.